Yo, what up guys, B5D here. In yesterday's video, I jokingly said Playdom really wants to end this year 2023 in a grand way. Jokingly. But now today we are seeing a bunch of new events that are launching, which now proves that Playdom really wants you to pull shards this entire period. Nothing but shard event. Well, there's one more event coming up that doesn't require shards. So in this video, I want to take a look at this new event that just launched in the game, if it's worth going for as a player who currently has enough shards to go for that champion. I want to break it down from my own end game free to play perspective, if that champion is worth 20 sacred shards or the equivalent in other shard types. So I do have enough. So I want to just get my head straight and understand what that champion is. Let me not just judge from the sideline without actually knowing what the champion does. So let's see together to see if it's going to be worth me pulling 20 sacred shards to go for this. And take note, if you want to go for this deck of fate with these 20 sacred shards, it's best you do it on the 31st, which means on the 31st you see a 2x on sacred event going on right there. Don't rush today to go do it, because today is 2x on primal. So on the 31st you see a 2x on sacred shards. I think that's when that 2x event is launching. That's the day you want to actually get that champion or pull 20 sacred shards if you want to go for that deck of fate. It has 3 days to go, so you do have enough time to align your sacred shards with that. But if you have some primal, some people are using primal to do it. So if you want to use primal to do it, you can also wait until, well, 2x on primal is going on right now. If you're pulling primal, you might get some points towards this at the same time. All right, so that's the way to get points for this right here. They did say you can also get points for this with getting artifacts and accessories for those players who are farming the dragon currently, for those triple speed artifacts, and then for the savage event that will also be coming up to get 3 times chance of getting savage from the fire knight. You might also be getting some dungeon divers points towards this while you're farming that, if you're using a lot of gems for that content. But this might not be the best way to get points. Obviously they want you to pull shards for this. That's why sacred shards and primal shards are the best way to go for it if you're going for it. Or for those players who are going for that crazy what do you call it now, man eater, you'll be able to, or Acrisia, if you're pulling void shards, that's 350 per void shards you pull. So whichever way, let's find out if this champion is going to be even worth the effort. The champion that you eventually get by pulling everything, yes, just know that you pull everything, the entire 40,000 points right here, that which is required to flip all these deck of fate cards. So how do you get the champion? Let me just head through to the, where is this champion? I think it's a Skinwalker's faction champion, Gwyndolin. Now, why did I make this champion part of deck of fate right now? Is he a Christmas themed champion? No, it's just like he's a new champion, a champion that a lot of people do not have right now. So they just thought, let's make this one as the champion people can obtain from the deck of fate. And since it's a new one that they do not have, they might want to go for it. Is it a PvP champion that will be awesome like endgame arena or used in platinum? I don't think so. But is it a champion that will be used in the new Sun Devil, the new Cost City bosses or stages? I don't know. Let's just find out what this champion will, where it will be used, or will it be one of those vault lords? And why are they making it worth 20 sacred shards if it's going to be worth it? Let's find out. Starting with the A1, this champion called Gwyndolin the Silent is an all in terms of the design. It's a bird basically. So hopefully when she does her skill, she spends some of these wings and does some animation with the wings. But we are not here to see the animation. We're just here to judge this champion and give her a rating of 1 to 10 to see if it's worth going for. From my own perspective, you can get an idea from this or decide on your own. Don't take this as me telling you what to do. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 30% chance to extend the duration of all debuffs on the target. Each hit has a 30% chance of extending duration, booked up to a 50% chance of extended duration. If I head through to the game and open my Vizier, if I can find where it belongs to, let me just go to the game. Because whenever I see that A1, if you already have somebody who does that skill, I'm trying to compare her with, where is he? He's in the vault to collection. Of course, I do not have space. Let me put something to the, let me just get him out of the vault real quick. All right, he's out of the vault and I see that he has a similar skill. Well, the same, right? The same. When you spend booked on it, it's exactly a 50% chance. I thought his own was more constant than our own, but they both have that A1. So if you do have a Vizier, already on your team or on your account, you don't think that's the A1 that is suddenly going to help you or be crazy good somewhere. But of course, they are not the same affinity, not the same faction. So there will be some cases where she will be used and he cannot be used. So that A1 is an awesome skill in raid, no doubt about that. I just wanted to make a comparison between Vizier and she having that same skill that he has. So that's the A1 that we are already used to in raid as Vizier, and a few champions who do it from their main A2 or A3 for one turn, but he does it 3 times, 3 hits, increased duration. So that's it right here. The same chance, 50% chance when you book it. So it's nothing new, it's nothing special, and he is always sitting in the back. Clan boss and certain areas is where you use that skill. It's not something that we used everywhere in raid. Some people even use that Vizier in the new boss. Yes, because, well, it's something that can increase the duration of those poisons that you land on the boss, so you don't always have to place the poison or place the other debuffs every time. So that A1 is normal, is good, but it's just like, it's not like an amazing legendary skill. That's what I'm saying. And now the A2 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing 30% decreased speed debuff, and a leech. Decreased speed AoE is amazing, 100% chance to land it when you spend books on this champion, and a leech debuff on all enemies is also amazing. I'm thinking Hydra, because that's one content where you like to keep them with decreased speed consistently, and then a leech, so when your heavy nukers take a turn, they get healed back to full health if you're unfortunate enough not to bring a constant passive healer in Hydra. So this is extremely useful. Also places a 50% decreased accuracy debuff on all enemies under 2 or more debuffs for 2 turns. Now if you already have a decreased decreased defense and weaken on them, or decreased attack, those normal debuffs that you have out there, it's most likely you already have 2 debuffs on the enemies, most likely, before this champion can go in there. So you don't want this champion to be the first to place debuffs, else this decreased accuracy will not land. So that's a condition right here. Why doesn't the decreased accuracy just place? So this will not be a consistent way of placing decreased accuracy, except you plan ahead and bring somebody to place 2 debuffs before this skill can go in there and also place decreased speed, leech, and decreased accuracy debuffs on the enemies. AoE is amazing. I just don't like the condition. Why is there a condition? I don't know, because they don't want to make her so broken. That's why. So sometimes you can land decreased accuracy, sometimes you will not land decreased accuracy. That's what it means. So it's not a consistent decreased accuracy. There are a lot of champions, or a few champions, who do this decreased accuracy consistently, and she is coming in there with 2 other debuffs. That's why they had to make it conditional. If it wasn't conditional, this would be an amazing skill right here. So that's a conditional A2, which makes it kind of good, kind of bad in a way, but speed, decreased speed and leech is amazing. What about the A3? Attacks all enemies. That's the second AoE right here. So she's going to be hitting the first one, hitting the second one. That's amazing. Before attacking, places increased accuracy buff on all allies. So she will also buff her own accuracy. That is amazing. So that means her accuracy will not be required to be too high. So you want to start the battle with the A3 basically before you go in with the A2. That's nice. So she'll buff herself up. Has a 75% chance of stealing all block debuff buff from all enemies. I like that. The question is, which enemies have block debuff buff? That's what you're thinking, right? I can't think of any right now. I'm talking about bosses. Now for dungeon waves, 1 or 2 might have it, but it's not something we try to take out. This skill is screaming, use me in the arena, but we know what happens if you try to use this skill in the arena. You'll probably be shipped. So it's screaming arena, but at the same time it's saying there might be content for PvE where we'll need to remove block debuff buff that the enemies put on themselves. I'm yet to think of that content right now. If you know the content that requires this block debuff buff removal for PvE, let me know, because the only thing that I can think about is arena, where you want to steal everything that they are putting on themselves and then replace it with what? If at least one then block debuff buff was stolen from the enemy, places block debuff buff on all allies for 1 turn. So she just has to take one from them and place it on all of us. It's very conditional, but it's amazing. It's good. So you want to target enemies that have block debuff buff with this skill. It's an AoE skill and it will land. Just say it's increased accuracy. That's all it does. increase accuracy and hitting a little bit on the enemy's base and attack. This is too conditional to rely on, so you still need to bring in somebody else who places block debuff buff if that's something you rely on. This is not useful also in the Hydra, because except the Hydra steals your block debuff buff and then spreads it, then you go back and steal it and spread it back to yourself again. It's too conditional. So this is not a skill that will make her want to be used in content. The increased accuracy will be the skill that makes people want to use her. This one is too conditional to meet that requirement. So let's see if the passive will sweeten the deal. On the passive, this champion's crit damage increases by 1%. Are they saying this champion should be a damage dealer? Because I'm seeing the A2 hits AoE, the A3 hits AoE. So is this a crit rate and crit damage champion based on attack? I guess the what do you call it now? The not masteries now. As skills, the multipliers will tell whether it's gonna be hitting hard or not. Because I've not seen anybody use her yet for damage, but she's really screaming crit damage. Use me in the arena, but I can't see it. So increases crit damage by 1% for every 10 points of accuracy she has. So if you boost her high accuracy, she just gets more crit damage basically. Grants an extra turn if this champion uses any 3 skills. Alright, A1, A2, A3, she just grants an extra turn. That's a nice passive. I can't lie. This passive is even better than the A2 and A3 that I've been reading out since. This passive is unique. Kind of. I can think of Cronam, who just grants an extra turn to himself whenever the enemies do something. Or Wukong just wakes up whenever the 3 or 4 people take a turn. So it's not like a unique passive, but she just grants an extra turn to herself when that condition is met. So she's full of conditions. Accuracy in all battles 60. So it doesn't tell us whether it's arena or PvE champion. They want you to use her everywhere. So I think accuracy in all battles shows that they want you to use this champion in the new content, the Cost City. That's the only place I can think of where she's viable right now, because I'm thinking this is for arena. For Hydra. I'm also thinking increase accuracy for Hydra. So that you don't have to build a lot of accuracy on your champions, decrease accuracy on them so they don't have to steal your buffs also. And if they steal your buff, you can take back block debuff buff from them. So she's a very, very conditional champion. One of those champions where when you get her, you're like, where do I use her? What do I use her? Until something comes up where you need increased accuracy. And I have my Lady Kimi, the A1. It's not a reason to use her too, because I already have a Vizier. So until somebody tells me where to use this champion, I don't think this is one that a lot of people will be going for. Don't get me wrong, increased accuracy and decreased accuracy are 2 important buff and debuffs that is essential in almost every battle and help your team build less accuracy. But it's not on one skill, it's in 2 different skills, and then they have conditionals right here. So I'll give her a 6 out of 10. For newer players who are coming into the game, please save your 20 sacred shards for something else. Now, if you're pulling during a 2x sacred, then fine. 2x sacred might be a reason to pull 20 sacred. So you're not actually going for her. Instead, you're pulling for the chance of getting amazing legendaries during a 2x on sacred. So if you're one of those players who are just pulling shards for the sake of 2x sacred, then it's fine. You will eventually get her as a byproduct of pulling shards for that 2x sacred. You shouldn't be pulling 20 sacred shards just to get her. You should be pulling 20 sacred shards because you need a lot of champions, and you are spending for Christmas, and then you just want a lot of champions to basically change your account. So 2x sacred is coming up, I think, on the 31st. That day, a lot of people will decide whether they want to swipe their card and fail their no dime December and get this champion alongside, because you not just get her, 20 sacred shards is guaranteed to get you at least 1 or 2 or 3 legendaries if you're lucky enough. So I'm not gonna pull. If I pull 20 sacred shards, I'm sure to get 1 or 2 or 3 along the way, and plus her 4. But it's not from her skills. I'm not that wowed. I'm not blown out of the water. I'm not that impressed. So that's my verdict right here. I will not be going crazy for this deck of it. Remember when the 2x sacred launch, I already said that I was not going to go for it because I have a lot of things to plan for and things to do, not new champions. I don't need new champions right now. I have Chronam, I have Torment to build. Those are my two priorities right now to focus on. So I have a lot of things to do with those two champions, and I don't need any new legendaries right now. I rather save my sacred shards for the upcoming fusion in January, which we're hoping will be better than this December fusion. So speaking of the December fusion, it has 2 days countdown to go. So if you've not yet gone to pick up your last copy of this dude, Bovos, go ahead and do so. I am also gonna wait. Well, I've waited till today to see whether they'll launch a champion chase or a champion chase or a summon rush. Instead, we have a summon rush, which is gonna go with this. So if you're trying to wait until a champion chase comes around, no, go ahead and summon your Bovos. And when you finally fuse this legendary champion, Blizzard, it will not count for anything, any points for any ongoing events right now. So there's no reason to wait. So the only thing I'm waiting for now is champion training, because if I summon the last Bovos that I have to take him to 50, and then when I finally summon this champion, I'll also check this champion to 60. I want to do all that champion training during this upcoming event called where is it? The Torment Champion Training Tournament. So this one doesn't give you a torment, it gives you the what do you call it now, the blessings, the ascensions for Torment. It's coming up, not Ice Golem, Champion Training Tournament right here. You can see Torment clearly in the picture. 16 hours is starting tomorrow, so you get a perfect soul for Torment. And from the announcement in game, they did say it can be a 2-star. I think they'll break it into different levels. Hopefully they don't just save those rewards for the winners of the tournament. If they save the rewards for only the winners of the tournament, I'm not going to go for it. If you check out the news right here where it's announced, let me see. For a limited time, Torment the Cold Dwarf. You get Torment the Cold's 1-star perfect soul as the final milestone. So that's all we get at the top of the milestone. Hopefully it's not 10,000 points. 8,000 maybe for 1-star perfect soul for Torment is good, I guess. If it's anything more than 8,000, I'm not going to touch it with champion training. On top of that, finishing on the top positions, now that's the bad part, get you perfect soul, the ranking. So which to first, it's 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. Why not just give us a 2-star with 10,000 points? For champion training is easier to complete, I guess. That's why they made 1-star the free one, and then you have to be first place, second place, or third place will get 4-star. Okay, it's different. It's just one Torment. It's not like they put it all. It's from level 51 and above will get a 4-star perfect soul. And guess what? Since it's level 51 and above, which is my bracket, a lot of players who went for Torment in this bracket also won this 4-star. So this champion training will be highly competitive. So if it's highly competitive, I'll just grab my 1-star and go. And if this 1-star is high amount of points over 8,000, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna wait till I see Torment in the old-fashioned altar of souls right here in the what do you call it now, soul merchant, and I'll buy him from here for 20 of this essence also. So I will get him from here if the points are above 8k. It's not worth it. So that's why I'm not summoning this last Bovos right now, and also not fusing this champion until tomorrow. I might do it live on stream. Blizzard the Holer, get some points during that champion training, and then summon him, getting to 60. And that's all that is happening in Raid right now. I just wanted to break it down and share my opinion on what I'm doing right now in Raid. Take note, my referral program service is still on for those players who want a copy of this amazing champion. What's his face? I already picked him up. Chronam. So if you want Chronam, you can hit me up on Discord and let's discuss how I can get you Chronam by doing your first 3 referrals for you and doing another 3 referrals for you to make sure you get Chronam. I'm currently doing it for Mewe, and his first account is already over level 30 or so. So we'll be doing that as a service on the channel. If you want Chronam, you can hit me up on Discord. Like, subscribe. Just wanted to break this one down. Are you going for this bird, or this is New Year Deck of Fate? It feels like something that is not worth it for you. I've given you my breakdown. I don't think this champion is worth it. If it was a Torment, if it was a Rotos, if it was somebody arena worthy, this is just an increase accuracy, decrease accuracy random champion who can use only in cost city maybe for now. Let me know if I got anything wrong. If you disagree, I'd like to hear your pointers about what the champion is up to in the game, and maybe we'll see more tests about this champion and then find out one content that should eventually be better in. For now, this is my initial impression of this new champion in grade. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Later, guys.